My dear students, welcome to Engineering Thermodynamics video of fifth topic, which covers reversed heat engine. Okay, so in the last 4 videos taken for this second unit, covers the topic of what is the second law of thermodynamic statements and what are all their violations, and what we have learnt from that. It's heat engine is a effective device which converts the heat energy into work energy, but it will surely reject the heat. All the heat cannot be converted into work. And in the reversed heat engines, also the performance could be purely based upon the amount of work which we are aiding from outside as an external source. Okay, so now we will discuss about reversed heat engine in this video. Okay, so heat engine, you know how it is working and what is its output. Its efficiency is measured in terms of efficiency, which is work output divided by heat input. Okay, but as far as the reversed heat engine is concerned, we are going to talk about two devices called refrigerator and heat pump. For both the devices, here now the direction of flow, okay, or flow of the working substance, or the direction of the heat energy on the work input energy is totally or completely reversed. That is as we have studied in heat engines. Okay, so the direction in the normal heat engine, if is completely reversed, means then only the heat engines are called the reversed heat engines. Okay, why here this reverse the word is coming into play is, already we discussed that the second law of thermodynamics is only insisting about the direction. Okay, direction of energies flow, whether they are taking in a spontaneous or non-spontaneous the direction. So you can now here understand that heat engines are following the direction of normal spontaneous processes, and in the reversed heat engines are following the non-spontaneous processes direction. Okay, so the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator, how it works, let me explain first, and then we will move to its coefficient of performance. Here you can see this is the place where this evaporator is a place where you are keeping your apple or flowers, any ice creams, anything which has to be always kept it in a temperature lower than the atmospheric temperature. And now here this is the expansion valve, and condenser is the place, or the tubes, small thin tubes which you can see at the outside of the refrigerator, and here only you are supplying the heat, the work, that is power supply is given to compressor. Okay, so here this is compressor is absorbing the work by the aid of this external work supply only. Okay, by the aid of this external work supply only, the refrigerator is working, which is taking the heat from the lower place and continuously giving it to higher temperature region to atmosphere. Okay, so please understand, here you are keeping your apple and you want to maintain it at the lower temperature compared to atmospheric temperature. For this transmission, okay, for this transmission we need, if you want to take the heat from the lower temperature and given to the higher temperature, we need the supply from outside or external source. Okay, so now here the apple is kept here. From here the continuously the refrigerant is being circulated in this process, and by this cyclic process, okay, the apple is maintained at the lower temperature. All these, this is compression, expansion process, and this is heating, and this is cooling process. So I told you already, each and every cycle consists of a heating, cooling, compression and expansion process, and here also it is only following, okay, nothing new, but the total direction is totally reversed, and it is completely opposite to heat engine, normal heat engine, where in the heat engine it will take the heat from the higher temperature, but in this place heat supply is given and the heat is taken from the lower temperature atmosphere, and again the heat from the lower temperature is given to the higher temperature place of atmosphere. Okay, so coefficient of performance for a refrigerator is given by I can say what is our desired effect in the refrigerator is this evaporator or lower temperature, what you want. So that lower temperature would be at the numerator, and to the in denominator you have the difference between the temperatures between the evaporator and the condenser. Okay, so thus they have written in this form, QL divided by QH minus QL could be written like this, and COP of the refrigerator would be always greater than 1. Okay, so here the performance of the reversed heat engine is to maintain a lower temperature at a place compared to atmospheric temperature. Okay, this is the refrigerator working circuit diagram, which shows that here the evaporator which is observing the heat from a body, okay, from a body, and continuously maintaining it at a lower temperature, and thus here it is going, and that gas is compressed, moving to the condenser place, and it is again transformed into the phase change. Now after the expansion, again it is coming after the removal of the heat. Now it is again expanded and it is coming here and taking the heat from that body. Okay, so this what it is happens. And COP of the refrigeration is desired effect minus work input is Q2 minus W, so Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. And COP of the heat pump is the purpose of the heat pump is exactly opposite to refrigerator. Refrigerator is to maintain a lower temperature than the atmospheric temperature, but heat pump is to maintain a higher temperature than the atmosphere. Okay, so so here you can see the COP of the heat pump is Q1 by W. So this is Q1 by Q1 minus Q2. So here COP of the heat pump would be always equal to COP of the refrigerator plus 1. So you can get this equation. Q1 will be always greater than W. Okay. And reversed, these are all some of the slides which are showing the exact working of the reversed heat engines. Heat pump is a device which pumps from heat from one or more lower temperature sources and to one or more higher temperature sinks simultaneously with the help of an external source of energy. They are designed to move the thermal energy opposite to the direction of the spontaneous heat flow. It is most important, as already I have explained in the first slide. Here in this reversed heat engines, all the heat flow and the work flow is exactly opposite to the direction of spontaneous heat flow. Okay, so usually the heat would be following from higher temperature to lower temperature, but in this heat pump it will be following a direction of lower temperature to the higher temperature body. And heat pumps are very efficient for heating and cooling systems, and they can significantly reduce the energy cost. and COP of the heat pump is equal to desired higher heat divided by net working. And here you can see the performance or the coefficient of performance for heat pump for following a reversible cycle, and here it is for air conditioner, which is hot higher temperature minus work input, here lower temperature minus work input, and thus you can get the relation of COP of the heat pump is equal to COP of the refrigerator plus 1. And here you can see a heat source which has a higher temperature of air space cooling. Okay, so 293 Kelvin, and by the aid of this heat pump, W is work input is being given, and then you are maintaining a hot water heater where the temperature is maintained at 323 Kelvin. Okay. So here you can see the for this problem they have solved. You just can substitute the values, and then you can find the performance of both the heat pump and the air conditioner, and you can compare it. Okay. And here okay, that's all. Now let me review again. This reversed heat engines are one is a refrigerator and another one is heat pump. So both are working in the direction which is directly which is exactly or completely in the direction of non-spontaneous heat flow takes place. Here the refrigerator is used to maintain a lower temperature than the atmospheric condition, and as far as heat pump is concerned, heat pump is utilized to keep the place higher than the atmospheric temperature. Okay, so both are getting the external work energy. Okay, and then only they can able to convert the heat energies in the opposite direction of spontaneous process. Okay, so they are taking the heat from the lower temperature body and giving it to the higher temperature body. Okay, and their performance is not measured or monitored as efficiency. Instead, we are using a term called coefficient of performance, which is equal to desired effect. What is our required effect to the work input given to the system, because the input here, what we are meaning is, in the heat engine we are giving heat as the input, but here we are giving work as the input. Okay, so for that particular amount of work, what would be the maintenance of heat? Okay, so why this coefficient of performance is higher than 1, but in the efficiency of heat engines is always lesser than 1 is, here W net could be completely converted into heat. Okay, so always the numerator would be greater than the denominator. So coefficient of performance would be, as in the calculation you can see, it would be always greater than 1. Okay, so but as far as this engine concerned, heat engines the efficiency is always lesser than 1 because heat is the input energy which could not be converted into work output. Okay, so in the numerator work output is there, so always it would be lesser than 1, but here you are giving work as the input and heat as the output. Okay, how much amount of higher heat energy or lower heat energy is maintained. Okay, so this is possible, complete conversion is possible, and thus here you are getting the higher numbers values of that is the values of COP which is greater than 1. Okay, so thanks for patient listening. Meet you in next video. I am Dr. Suja signing off. Thanks for your watching. Keep on learning.